How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to talk to you today about some stocks that I'm watching. I want to talk about the general market and whether we're out of this little dip that we had last week, the correction. Talk you through what I'm going to do going forward to get myself ready in case there is something like this again, because a couple weeks ago, I talked about what I would do and what I was doing to get ready for a correction. A lot of people didn't like that video. A lot of people didn't want to hear about it because they thought the market was going to keep on going up. But I want to kind of walk you through my process and what I'm going to do going forward. So if you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Please hit subscribe if you haven't done that already. We had a video earlier today that didn't do that well. Surprisingly, all of a sudden, a lot of people were clicking on it that were being shown it, but all of a sudden YouTube stopped promoting it, and I'm not sure exactly why. So I'll hit on that in a second. And the stock is actually up a good amount. I really like it, and I bought it. So I'll hit on that in a moment. But if you guys want, you can check out the link down below to WeBull. That is the app that I use for a lot of my trading. There's also a link down there to BlockFi. So something that I found really interesting was this interview by Graham Stephan and Ben from BitBoy Crypto. I've been watching him for a little while now, and I've been wondering this exact question that Graham's about to ask here, and I'll just play it for you so you can hear it because I find it super interesting.
You like USDC. I've noticed BlockFi pays like 8% on that. How are they able to pay so much money? And why shouldn't I take like 500 grand, put it in USDC, and just get the interest on it?
Yeah, no reason. No reason not to. That's it.
So that's really interesting because that's what I've done with some of the money that I'm saving for a house. You can see I have $125,000 and a little bit more in GUSD. So not USDC, but GUSD, a little bit different. But I found that question really fascinating because I've been wondering the same thing. Why not do it? The risk is so minimal in my opinion, and they're paying 8.6%. If you guys are interested, there is a link down below. They're giving you a bonus if you sign up and deposit a certain amount. You can buy GUSD and get 8.6%. Ethereum pays 5.25%, and Bitcoin pays 6%. You can get paid out however you want, whether it's in the same type of stablecoin or cryptocurrency or a different one. Now, I want to talk to you though about the market right now because we're seeing a lot of green right now. We're seeing the first day in about a week that was significantly green pretty much across the market. We've seen it in the Dow, in the S&P 500, in the NASDAQ, and it's nice to see, honestly. After last week, a lot of people were upset. I had some people reach out to me and say that they're just going to quit investing or quit trading and stuff like that. Now, I try not to be too much of a trader. I'm kind of a swing trader sometimes, but I'm not sitting there trying to day trade every day. I'm more of a mid to long-term investor. And what we've seen is the VIX, which is the volatility index. A lot of people consider this when they think about how worried people are in the market. It dropped 15% today. So a lot less people are worried. You can see last week we were in the 30s, and now we're sitting around 23. We also have the 10-year Treasury note that was increasing last week. It went up to over 1.5, which caused a lot of fear. A lot of people were selling off shares because they felt like this might be a cause for increasing the interest rates and that there's going to be a big shift towards bonds, and they were worried that this was going to cause a major shift. So a lot of people pulled money out of the market. Now what I'm seeing today, and again, I'll tell you about some plays that I'm looking at here in a second, I'm seeing a lot of green. So this is just my portfolio just on WeBull. You can see ChargePoint actually sold off a little bit and it opened up above the market. Now it's selling off a little bit. We have GHVI, which is selling off a little bit. We have Churchill, which is selling off a little bit. And we've seen a couple big dips here from some of these companies. Now, for the most part, we're seeing a lot of green. One company that I already talked about today that, like I said, YouTube kind of stopped pushing was VACQ. This is a new company, a new SPAC that announced that they're merging with Rocket Lab. This is a space company that's somewhat similar to Helicity. Helicity is merging with Astra. So Astra is a company that's in the same space. Vector Acquisition or Rocket Lab sells at a little bit of a premium, but they're also a couple years in front of Astra in terms of revenue. But then you have other companies like CleanSpark. I've been talking about this one. It's been going up a lot all throughout the day. It's up 18% today, and I bought more over the last couple months. I like this company. I said last week that I thought it was undervalued compared to its peers, and that I thought, with Bitcoin I think is personally, I think Bitcoin's going to go up. I like it over the long term, and I think a lot of S&P 500 companies are going to buy it. There's going to be less fluctuation in it because these are going to be long-term holders. And I think CleanSpark is a company that can take advantage of that, along with the other sides of their business. But overall, we're seeing a lot of green. We're seeing some companies come down, though. You can see some companies opened up a lot and are falling off. Some are just continuously rising. But what I'm looking for right now is I'm looking for some companies that are still in the red. One company that I want to pick up more of is GHVI. Now, I picked up shares of this one, I believe, in the mid-16s last week. It's around 1740 now. We also have ChargePoint, which I picked up more last week at 2850. I'd love to pick up more shares of this if it drops below that again. Now, what I am doing is I am playing this a little bit safe. So I'm gonna continue buying new SPACs that I think are of good value. I'm gonna keep on adding to my stocks to increase my position in some long-term plays. But I'm not going out every day trying to buy in and out of stocks right now. I want to let this sit. I want to see what happens throughout the rest of the day and throughout tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying, again, that I'm not going to do anything, but I want to keep some cash. So like I said in my video a couple weeks ago, I actually cleared up some positions, and I might do that again sometime this week because right now I have a good number of positions. I really should trim some, but I want to wait to let the green continue a little bit. A lot of the biotech stocks were kind of hit hard over the last week, or were actually really hit hard over the last week, more than just about any other sector, it seems like. And I want to let it sit. I want to let them recover a little bit and then consolidate. I want to build up some cash again and be able to have some money available in case we see more dips. Now, I don't think we're going into a bear market or anything like that. I don't think that that's something that's very likely, but I realize that's something that could happen. With the economy opening up, we thought that would actually be good for the stock market, but certain sectors are actually kind of hit hard. And we saw some good earnings recently, so I'm still bullish over the long term. I still think these companies are the same ones we invested in a month ago, a week ago. These companies really haven't changed too much. It's just people's valuations are changing a lot. And honestly, we're still up a good amount on a lot of our positions, but I'm always ready in case there is a downturn or in case there are some stocks that are at a good value. Like GHVI is pretty interesting. I think this is one that I really want to add more to. And right now where it's sitting, I think it's pretty attractive. So I just want to be ready in case something comes up. But I don't think the market's going to turn really bearish or anything like that. I just want to be ready in case something comes up, like I said. But I'm not planning on getting into 30% cash or selling off everything. I might just trim a couple positions here and there. I might sell out of one or two positions that are lower conviction plays. But today, we're green. I love it. I love to see it. If you guys want to know exactly when I buy and sell stocks, though, like VACQ, you can check out the link down below to Patreon. We're up. We bought in the mid 12s on VACQ, and now we're up to 1344. So that's always nice to see. There are also some other stocks that we bought in last week that are up. So if you want to know right when I buy and sell stocks, this is the best time to join in on that because it's the beginning of the month. You can check out Patreon down below. There's also the link down to WeBull if you want to get in there. If you guys want to check out BlockFi, like I said, I think it's pretty interesting what Ben from BitBoy Crypto said and what Graham Stephan thinks too. So if you guys want, you can get some interest on your cryptocurrency. I just got paid out for the last month, and I only had a good amount in there for about half the month. But in case you want to check that out, there's the link down below. And if you want to see my video from earlier today on VACQ and Rocket Lab, I'll put it up here on the end screen. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.